If you haven't noticed, the Earth is getting warmer and warmer as the years pass by, and at an alarming rate. Not to mention that the seasons are getting a bit shifty as well. It's almost Christmas, and we haven't experienced nearly enough snowfall for the season. As you can see, it is lovely out. Oh. I wasn't expecting it to snow today. So some of you may already know that this is related to the excessive amounts of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. But where those greenhouse gases come from is not as simple as usage of fossil fuels from factories around the world. If that's not the only thing that's causing this, then where could the problem be stemming from? Well, to find out, first we should go over a definition of what a greenhouse gas is, because today we'll be going over what the sources of greenhouse gases are and what you as a consumer can do to assist in solving this problem. Greenhouse gases are gases in the atmosphere that prevent heat from the sun from being released into space via absorption. There is typically a healthy amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which is responsible for keeping the Earth warm. However, due to an overabundance of greenhouse gases, which is due to human activity, there is too much heat absorption, causing the planet to overheat. Most of these emissions come from human activity, but most people think that all of them are from humans burning fossil fuels by driving or from factories, but that is simply not the case. While the biggest contributor remains fossil fuel usage, some other contributors include carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and F gases, which stands for fluorinated gases, and the second biggest contributor, methane, comes from agricultural endeavors and such. And the companies aren't solely to blame. Some of those emissions are byproducts of the things we use in our everyday lives, from water to electricity to the meat we consume. So now, let's discuss what you can do in order to help keep the planet cooler. Simple things, such as turning off the lights when you aren't using them, or turning off running water when you lather up or brush your teeth, are steps that you can take to helping reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Another more committal step is to avoid meat to a certain extent. By foregoing meat products, especially beef, you are helping reduce methane emissions that come from the farms that raise these animals that eventually end up being eaten. By the way, in case you were wondering, that was salami that I originally picked up, and the other thing was salad, just in case you were curious. You don't have to become a vegetarian outright, but having a day or two where you don't eat meat is a great way to avoid eating superfluous amounts of meat. This, in turn, reduces the demand of cows and other farm animals, and thus reduces the amount of emissions that come from them. Now that you know not only the many sources of greenhouse gases, but what you can do to help preserve our planet for future generations to come, I hope that you'll take all this information to heart and seriously consider what is best for mankind, as well as all life on Earth. Now, if you'll excuse me.
All right, and we are good. Nice job, Chris. Wait, you okay, Chris? Chris?